The commentary on the Hevajra Tantra, called the Jewel Garland of Yoga, Yoga Ratna Mālā Nāma Hevajra pañjikā, by Kāṇha. Chapter 11. The Gazes. The gaze that is even, cruel, and aligned with the forehead is always called causing downfall. The gaze enthralling is leftward, with the eyes directed to the left. These four gazes are used for inducting people into the way of mantra. They are called causing downfall, enthralling, summoning, and paralyzing. In the lines that begin, the gaze that is even means it is not askew, cruel means angry, and aligned with the forehead means that the eyes are oriented with the forehead. This is the gaze called causing downfall. The gaze with both eyes oriented to the left, looking left, is enthralling. For summoning, the gaze is directed to the right, with the eyes pointing upward. For paralyzing, the eyes point towards the center and focus on the tip of the nose. Gazing to the right while the eyes are oriented upward is called summoning. When the eyes are oriented toward the tip of the nose and the gaze is directed straight ahead, it is called paralyzing. Causing downfall is performed when exhaling, enthralling when holding the breath, summoning when inhaling, and paralyzing when the breath is still. Exhaling is when the breath exits through the nose. Inhaling is when it enters. Holding the breath implies that the lungs are filled. Still refers to the moment when the breath does not move after it has entered. Causing downfall is directed to resinous trees. Enthralling is said to be for flowers. Summoning is for succulent plants, and paralyzing for quivering grass. Specifying the objects on which the gazes are practiced, Vajradhara mentioned trees that produce resin, red flowers, euphorbias, and tremulous grasses. One will succeed without a doubt after 6 months of repeated practice. One need not be confused about this. The powers of the Buddhas are inconceivable. Being confused means having doubts. Having mastered the four gazes, the astute practitioner should engage beings. He should not practice killing, as this would be a serious breach of samaya. The gaze for causing death is not taught. Why is it not taught? Because, as Vajradhara says, he should not practice killing. The gazes are taught for the sake of inducting beings. He can do anything improper, though, except for deceive beings. But if all he does is harm beings, he will not accomplish the seal. He should ingest the samaya substances, those beginning with na, ga, and ha, with a final shva and an initial shva. To succeed in the practice of Hevajra, he should likewise consume the 5 ambrosias. He should then identify one born 7 times by their features described in the Hevajra Tantra. One born 7 times is someone who is in their 7th consecutive rebirth. A person in their 7th rebirth will ensure success in suspending the joy of cessation. They will have a good voice, beautiful eyes, a fragrant body, a fine physique. Suspending the joy of cessation refers to an accomplishment characteristic of innate joy. And will cast 7 shadows. Seeing this, the yogin will identify them. Simply by eating them, the yogin will instantly be able to fly through the sky. Now I will teach a sadhana of Kurukula, through which all beings become enthralled, an abridged version of what was previously taught at length in 12 parts. Kurukula is eminent for rites of enthralling. This is an abridged sadhana for her that was previously taught, and taught at length. It was taught in 12 parts from the longer Hevajra Tantra. The goddess arises from the syllable hri, red in color with 4 arms, holding a bow and arrow, a water lily, and a goad in her hands. An arrow is a type of projectile, and a bow a curved weapon. The water lily is the blue water lily, while the goad and everything else are red. Simply by meditating on her, one can enthrall the threefold universe: kings by 100,000, ordinary people by 10,000, wild animals, yakshas, and so on, by 10 million, asuras by 700,000, devas by 200,000, and mantrins by 100. This concludes the first sovereign section, the realization of the Vajra essence from the net of Dakinis, the concealed content of the glorious Hevajra Tantra. The phrase Vajra essence refers to the essence or heart of Vajradhara. Its realization brings awakening. The realization of the Vajra essence is the title of the section that teaches it. This concludes the Gazes, the 11th chapter in the Jewel Garland of Yoga, a commentary on the Hevajra Tantra composed by the Venerable Master Kṛṣṇa.